Hey, how you doing today? My name is Relyea, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we are jumping back into some speculation of Hollow Knight Silksong. We're going to be checking out the release date. Is it coming within 12 months? Is it not? We're going to be taking a look at the rating pending. That's mostly what we're going to be focusing on this video. What does a game need to get a rating? How long does it take to get a rating once the ESRB has received all the information they need? And what does that mean for the release date of Hollow Knight Silksong? Does it mean it's coming out sooner? Does it mean it's coming out later? What's going on with Silksong? I cannot get enough of Hollow Knight Silksong speculation, and I know that you can't too, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So first things first, I wanted to clear the air for anybody who didn't get the news about Hollow Knight Silksong coming out within the next 12 months. So Xbox put out a tweet, said everything you're seeing in today is playable within the next 12 months. That was on June 12th when it put out the trailer for Hollow Knight Silksong. So you're telling me Silksong within the next 12 months, and Xbox confirmed. There was a little bit of confusion. Jeff Keighley tried to say, oh, well, Team Cherry didn't officially say that, so take it with a grain of salt. So I thought, I even put out a video recently saying maybe not within 12 months. Basically, I didn't want people to get their hopes up if that wasn't true. The reason being that on this specific infographic, you notice that coming to Xbox or PC within the next 12 months, Hollow Knight Silksong is not anywhere to be seen on here, and it would have been very easy for them to put a little asterisk next to it and saying 2022 or 2023, like we don't know what year, but within 12 months. Yeah, whatever, it's not here. Speculation ran wild, but not too long ago on June 28th, Mossbag saw this, that there's a Discord message from one of Team Cherry's playtesters verifying the 12-month date launch window that is genuine and accurate. And so, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry if anything that I said was inaccurate. I was just going off of the information that I saw, and it's all speculation. Even everything we say and share in today's video is speculation, but we got some good tidbits. I think that you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. And so, yeah, this is just a screenshot from one of the playtesters, and they were sharing that information. So we know 12 months, and that's so exciting. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for Silksong, or you kind of getting over it? Next up, I want to talk about this right here, the rating pending with the ESRB. If you don't already know, the ESRB is an entertainment software rating board, and what they do is they're the ones who puts out the guidelines for rating games. And so they are the ones who puts out the E for everyone, teen, whatever, or mature. And what I found really interesting with this trailer is it's one of the first times that I can personally remember seeing a rating pending on a piece of content. Usually, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I've always seen, like in E3 trailers, we just see not yet rated for most games. I don't remember ever seeing rating pending, and maybe I just haven't paid attention enough, like the same way that I'm super hyper focused on Hollow Knight Silksong. So I had to do a little bit of digging, and it brought me to three major questions. One, what is rating pending? Like what does that mean, right? And it obviously means that there has been a submission to the ESRB, and they're waiting for the rating to come back. So the next question is, what info needs to be provided to the ESRB for rating? Does that mean that Hollow Knight's complete? Does it mean that just most of the game's been sent in, or what? So we're gonna go check out a video that is an interview with the ESRB. All right, let's hear it. What is the procedure of rating a game?
Is the online submission form. So that's basically a web form that you fill out where you tell us about your game, you tell us, you give us some general information about the game, how it works, what you do, and then you tell us about your pertinent content.
Pertinent content. This is super important. It's kind of a longer clip, and just so you know, a little bit of a content warning, they're going to show us a little bit of gore and stuff like that. So if you're younger or whatever else, they're going to show like some things are a little bit gory because they're trying to explain what is pertinent content and how that's related to mature content. So just a fair warning there. Pertinent content. This is going to come up over and over again.
That's our important ESRB defined term. Pertinent content means the most extreme content in your game in its relevant context. So we don't want to see just your violence. We don't want to see just your sex. We want to see the build-up, the lead-up. We want to see what happens after a head is cut off. Why is it getting cut off? What happens? What's the aftermath?
Yeah, we don't want an extreme content montage where it's just decapitation, decapitation, decapitation. So show us the lead-up, like he was saying.
Yeah, it can bias people to have them see something that's more extreme. It doesn't really get into the context of the game. So
in general, the pertinent content is it's not just like what happens in the game, like the most like graphic gory thing. It's like kind of the lead up and everything it builds up to it. So one thing that does include is it does include like text of like lore and stuff like that. They go a little bit deeper into this later in the video, and it's actually a super interesting video if you're interested in ESRB ratings, so I'll leave a link in the description. It like if they had a character who had some obscure lore and they were talking about drinking alcohol, well then that alone could change the rating from E to teen, because now it's referencing drugs or alcohol or whatever else, and then it's no longer for E for everyone. So I thought that was super interesting. So what does that mean for Hollow Knight Silksong? I personally think it means that most of the game must be complete. I mean, whatever is going to be their pertinent content, all of that has to be done. Whatever's the most gory stuff, it means whatever is the most like extreme stuff in their story when it deals to killing, violence, attacking, all of that kind of stuff, all of the major pieces have to be put in place in order for them to be able to fill out their web form and then send video of the gameplay and everything like that. Like, I mean, it's got to be coming to a head here pretty quickly, which is super exciting. Like this makes me think that we're like, we're getting close. This has gotten me more excited than anything else, is that rating pending, right?
The process of rating a game usually takes between 5 and 7 business
Only
days.
5 to
That's
7?
assuming everything is disclosed. So
Yo.
guys, what happens when pertinent content isn't disclosed?
Yeah, what if it's not
The
disclosed?
ESRB
Then what?
finds inconsistencies between the game footage and the paperwork.
I doubt there's going to be
two
inconsistencies.
main time periods. There's during the process and post-process. So
Okay.
post-process is much more serious. We discover something when it's been released, but there's in-process.
We're not worried about that.
Yeah, so that's, part of the compliance part of my job is dealing with those types of issues. So we have what's called a clarification, which is exactly what it sounds like. Hey, what's up with this? Explain it.
Okay, easy.
And then if it's a particularly egregious omission, either on your video or on your form, we have our enforcement system. We can give an in-process enforcement. We call them Class C violations. Those are the more serious of the in-process things that we can do, and you have
Raj.
2 warning points built into that. So the first 2 don't come with a fine, but beyond that, you can get fined for
Okay.
more egregious issues of.
I highly doubt that Team Cherry is having egregious issues with their rating system and catching fines and this, that, and the other. More than likely, because the rating has been pending more than 5 to 7 business days, we're coming close to 30 days that Hollow Knight Silksong had that trailer released and that rating pending being active. I have a feeling that it is very likely that the rating has been submitted and we just haven't had like a new trailer or some sort of updated piece of content to like publicly show the updated rating. I don't know if once the rating has been given, if it will just automatically show on the ESRB website or if it has to be made publicly available by Team Cherry. I'm not entirely sure. So if we come over here to the ESRB website and we search Silksong, you'll see that nothing comes up. It's they're only going to be showing the things that are E, teen, mature, adult, etc. But if we do Hollow Knight, that obviously will come up, and then that is an E for everyone. So I was trying to think of like, what does it mean if they were trying to get a rating earlier rather than later, right? If it doesn't take that long to get a submission rated, only 5 to 7 business days, that's not a whole lot of time. I wonder if they are worried about maybe the game is leaning towards teen. Maybe there's like a little bit of lore or some of the concept, maybe something in there is leaning towards teen, and they're giving themselves enough chance for the rating to come in, and then they can change whatever it is they need to change so they can get it back down to the E for everyone rating. That is complete speculation on my end. I have no idea if that's how it would work, but I would imagine they're going to want to shoot for the E for everyone rating, because this already has fantasy violence, mild blood. It's not a big deal, right? More than likely, it would be fairly easy for Silksong to receive the same rating. What this does mean is that after the rating is received and they get through this process, it means that they won't be able to submit any more what they call pertinent content, right? Does that mean that they're not able to submit more bosses? I don't know, because maybe it's not considered pertinent content anymore because it's kind of like the same type of information. They just can't do anything more extreme than what they've already sent in. It sounds like they can still keep developing the game and keep going with everything, but let me know in the comments below if you know anything more about the ESRB. Man, part of me wants to go like contact the ESRB and be like, yo, what's up? Like, ask them some of these questions. And so this is Relyea from the future. Got a haircut, looking good, feeling myself, if I say so myself. And so I emailed the ESRB and asked them some of the pertinent questions that I had about the rating and what was going on. So basically I had asked if Hollow Knight Silksong, if they added content that was not material different from the pertinent content already submitted to the ESRB, like could they just like keep adding more and more content? What would trigger a second review? And then once a game receives a rating, which at this point, like I said, 5 to 7 business days, we would expect to see a rating on the website. Like, why wasn't it there? When would we see a rating on the website? And last but not least, is it possible for a developer or publisher to withhold a rating that was received from the ESRB? And so they replied super quickly, so that's why I'm adding it to this video. And they basically said, first off, they can't say anything specifically about Hollow Knight Silksong. Totally understand. I don't necessarily need to know the details about Hollow Knight specifically. We just want to know about how the ratings work, right? So they say that they want to give us guidance and they can't talk about anything that's not yet rated. Makes sense. We typically post rating information on our website within 30 days of a game's rating assignment. So from now, that's probably about a week away from this video going live, maybe a week or two. So we can check back in and see, well, did they get an E rating? Did they get a teen rating? We will be on the lookout. Or that means that there was an issue, a problem with the rating, and they're trying to change things around. So we'll be able to speculate about this no matter kind of what happens, right? We encourage you to check back on our website, again, for updated rating information, or contact them directly. Maybe we should just talk to Leth, you know? Maybe. He won't give us any information. That's okay, though. In most cases, the rating assigned to the game also applies to its DLC, unless it's materially different. So that basically is bad news for us, because that means that Team Cherry can keep adding more and more content to Silksong, which I guess that's not a bad thing, but it means that we don't know how much more they could add. They could just keep going and going and going as long as what they add isn't like going to change the rating, right? So it makes me think that, okay, them getting rated doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to release within the next week, month, or whatever. We do know within the next 11 months, but that's okay. I'm still leaning towards February 2023. And then last but not least, the games do not automatically go into the ESRB.org. Rating pending means that the game in question does not yet have a rating assigned. So we kind of already figured that. It also said on the search bar like what it will show up, and it didn't include rating pending. It is what it is with all of this. It's not the end of the world, but at least we got some answers and got a little bit more clarity, right? We are in the eve of Hollow Knight Silksong releasing. Again, we're coming up on only being 11 months away, so get excited for that. Thank you so much to my members for supporting me on this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and I hope to catch you again more real soon. Thank you.